Hey, this is Logan with the Roof Butler doing your free video roof inspection. So we're up here taking a look at the roof. We're going to do a whole assessment, just looking at all the issues on the home inspection report, as well as some things that may have not been seen. So one of the things that we noticed from the report is there was some wind crease shingles on the report. You can see this area has been creased. Basically the wind is flapping up, it's folding up, creasing, and eventually this will fall off the roof. And if you look around the surrounding properties, you can see what the wind damage looks like. So your roof is getting to that point, and then not just one shingle, but there's multiple shingles. And again, you can't always see this with a drone, but you can see this when you climb the roof. And you can see that these shingles, again, you can see that the seal is broke, they're flapping up in the wind. And so eventually all these shingles are gonna fall off. So you have a handful over here, you got some over there, some more on the front slope, and then some down here closer to the gutter. So again, you get the idea of the damage there. One of the things I first noticed when I got off the ladder here is there's some kind of work done in the attic to where these nails are actually protruding through the roof. And so it looks like maybe there was some framing done in the attic, some kind of work there, and they nailed it through, and it ended up coming through the roof. So you have a handful of these right here off the ladder, 1, 2, 3, and then over here you have a couple shingles where you can see the lips of the shingles are kind of like curling over. Basically what we have here is some nail pops. The nails are just protruding through the shingles backwards, and so those need to be rehammered and those shingles need to be resealed. But just so we can see the whole roof, there's a couple things I want to point out to you on the back. Over here, we came up here again. This is probably from the satellite dish over to this pipe here is your section of roofing. Obviously there's no missing shingles or anything back here. So one thing I did notice is when I came here to check out these pipes, we always look for these nails. You can see the nails are indeed caulked on some of them, but on some of them they are not. So it looks like the caulking is wearing off. We need to reseal that, re-caulk that. And then this shingle here, again, it's one of those nail pops, and it looks like it's underneath this shingle. So we had to lift that up, re-nail that, seal those shingles down so no water is getting in on the wind-driven rains. Then when we look at this pipe boot over here, looks like potential bathroom fan on the backside. We have the nails here, again, needing to be resealed. You can see some of them are rusted. We need to make sure that we seal those. We usually like to add a rain collar and spray paint these pipes, as well as the ones over here, just to ensure the longevity over time. So again, no real hail damage or wind damage on this upper slope. And then just so you can see this side as well, this other side of the gable, there is no damage, nothing going on over here that looks like an issue. And so I just want to point that out to you guys so that you are aware and you can see the full scope of the top section of the roof. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here and take a look at this lower section, and I'm going to pause the video and I'll resume it when I get down here on this area, because this is the other section of roofing that we want to check out. So I'll pause this and we'll see in just a second. Hey, this is Logan with the Roof Butler. We're doing our second video to this side here. So wanted to point out a couple things. Over here with the flashing, you can see there was exposed nails. Some of the places where the nails are nailed, it is caulked and sealed. And then there's some that are not. And you can see that one right there is rusted. I think on the home inspector's report, some of this was considered hail damage over here on the roof. But I'll show you, this is just actually some kind of tar and like sealant. Looks like at some point maybe some of these shingles had some low nails, and so they were just trying to caulk and seal that so that no water comes through. But this is not hail damage. This is just some kind of sealant that was applied to the shingles to try and stop the leaks that could have been happening. But one thing I did want to point out to you Over here, if you're looking at the driveway, kind of where the edge of the driveway is, coming in about 2-3 feet, and right in this area there is some rotted wood. When I step on it, you can kind of feel it concave, and you can kind of make it feel like it's a little bouncy. And so what that tells me is that at some point over time, the wood underneath here was rotted from moisture, from a leak. And so we definitely needed to address that as well. But with the overall report of hail damage on this side, I don't think that this is going to be something that you could claim for hail damage. With the wind damage on the top of the roof, you may be able to, depending on who your insurance is. But what we'll do is we'll get this video sent over to you guys, talk through the options, and go from there. But we just want to say thanks again for the opportunity to come out here and take a look at this roof. This is Logan with the Roof Butler.